were pretty easy to pitch to, although we did hit the ball hard in the last probably 4 innings against UCLA, but it was a beautiful orchestration of them, their pitching plan versus the defense, and every ball that we did hit hard was right at somebody and they made a good play. So that's what good defense does.
How would you gauge the team's confidence heading into tomorrow for the Civil War?
Well, I think we're bruised up a little bit, I would say. We'll see, I guess, would be the best way to say it. We had a pretty good thing going and reeled off 5 games in a row, potentially 6 if you count the Portland 1 inning, if that goes our way, and lost a very frustrating game against the Beavers. So I thought the effort was there, even though we fell behind. The fact that we got up off the deck and put ourselves in position to win was a big plus in a losing effort. And then I didn't think we were as competitive as we needed to be down in LA. And I guess the silver lining in all this is not only the pack, but I think all around the country there's teams that from weekend to weekend seem to change their identity and don't have a handle on consistency. And as it applies to us, even though we're 7 and 8 in the conference, we're halfway through. If we have the mind to and can get something going, like many teams are in striking range. I think, even Washington State, I think they're 6 and 12. Heck, if they get hot, who knows? I don't. But I think there's a lot of contenders. Whoever in the last 15 games or 12 games, whatever they have left, if they haven't had their bye, the team that gets the hottest we'll probably call the Pac-12 champion. And as bad a pill as it was to swallow last weekend, the silver lining is we still have a shot, and so that's the good news.
You mentioned the walks and hit batters, and that's been kind of 3 in a row now for Crook. Just what are you seeing from him and the other guys? I think it was into the 20s and almost 3 passes last weekend.
We talk about mind control and body control equals pitch control, and that's what we went back to yesterday is the pain of discipline versus the pain of regret. Matty gets excited when he pitches, and it's in there, but I think he needs to get more under control with his routine and his body movements and so forth. And I'm not just talking about Matty. You look at the walks and hit batters, that's one thing, but I call pitches. So even within the strike zone, we're missing the other side of the plate, or some of the balls that we're hitting guys are supposed to be outside pitches, not inside pitches. And so we do know that they can have command, they just haven't had it. And Matt continues to be his own worst enemy. Quite frankly, I think if he throws the ball over the plate, he can beat anybody in the country. But he hasn't been able to do that as consistently as he wants or we want.
So you're seeing it in practice, but it's in a game and he's different pretty much?
Yeah. His bullpens are good and his time investment's good. And things such as just his breath and his routine goes from one level in a bullpen to an exaggerated level in the game. And so that's an indicator that his heart's going. He's not under control. He needs to get himself under control.
What have you seen from Wazoo and under first-year coach?
Well, it looks like they're getting better. That doesn't surprise me. Marty Leeds is a good baseball coach, and his staff I have great respect for. And the fact that they were able to get 2 out of 3 against his old team, the Beavers, was I'm sure a big plus for him. And they've got the one kid Stemp that's hitting 377, and that ballpark's a tough ballpark to hit in. Maybe tougher than ours, in some cases, depending on which way the wind blows. He's having a heck of a year, and they've been scoring a lot of runs. So I know they'll be an improved team. For us, it's just about the game of baseball. We let it get away from us last weekend, and whether it's Washington State or anybody else, if we play the game like that, we're not going to be successful against anybody.